Universe. Now, One Piece, a series that has been going on for 2 decades, not just 1 decade, I said 2 decades. So many characters, like recently they showed a picture of all the characters that were introduced in One Piece, and I couldn't even look at it. I was like, okay, this is too much. This is definitely too much. And when you talk about a lot of characters in the series that are really intelligent, there's a lot of characters that are funny, a lot of characters that are not that smart, but when it comes to smart characters in One Piece, there's actually more than I can, there's a lot of characters, and I thought I should make a whole video on all these characters and discuss them. And it's gonna be a pretty long video, but I gotta show some respect to these characters because these guys are very intelligent, and let's just get to it. The first character I want to talk about is, yes, a person on the Straw Hat Pirate, Sanji. Yes, Vinsmoke Sanji, if you guys want to pronounce his full name. And honestly, Sanji has showed out many times for the Straw Hats in various dangerous situations. Now, we had the moment in I think Little Garden where he answered the phone from Crocodile, even though it was funny because Sanji did take out, actually that was more of a fighting thing. But we also have later on in the saga, in the Alabasta arc, he comes out as Mr. Prince and actually outsmarts Crocodile. You're probably thinking, okay, what's the big deal? He outsmarted Crocodile. Crocodile is also a very intelligent character. For Sanji to outsmart him, you gotta give him some respect here, and that's why Mr. Prince is a lot of people's favorite moment. But I feel like one of the most defining moments for Sanji when it comes to using his brains is when he actually saved the Straw Hats in Enies Lobby. When he disappeared for a little bit and came out of nowhere and came back, and out of nowhere the gates that shouldn't have been open actually opened for the Straw Hat Pirates, and that was all Sanji's doing. So you gotta respect that. The Enies Lobby, the hero who really wasn't in the shine of it, but yeah, he came clutch. Now, ever since we saw a flashback of Nami, we always knew that she had a special talent, especially when Arlong saw this talent. He definitely wanted her on his crew as a navigator. Like, she had a really young talent, and as she grew up, she started to get some money, and the way she was getting the money was stealing from pirates. That's her code, was to steal from pirates, and to steal from pirates, you have to be really intelligent, and she was actually almost to the point of racking up big cash to save her village. Now, I definitely want to say this: she learned how to con many peoples, and because of this, because of hanging out with pirates and stealing, like, Nami really became street smart. Honestly, when it comes to Nami, like, there was a moment in Water 7 in which she actually, Luffy was gonna get hustled. He was about to get finessed, and she saved the day, and she pretty much got them like double or triple they should have got. So you definitely gotta give some respect to Nami for her street smarts. Now she's definitely gonna draw a map of the whole entire world. That's her dream. So she definitely got the book smarts with it too. So respect to Nami. I gotta give her a little bit of a shout out. And in an interview with Ichiro Oda, the guy who created One Piece, he did say that Nami, after the East Blue arc, was the 3rd smartest character in the story. So I would respect that. Nico Robin. This is honestly an obvious one, so I'm not going to really talk about this for too long, but let's just say this. She was raised by the scholars of Wahara, pretty much known as geniuses, so she definitely had a great upbringing, but that's not the only reason why she became so intelligent. She had like a bounty poster when she was the age of 8. She was a wanted criminal at the age of 8, and she was always on the run. People always wanted to use her for their own selfish gains, and she could trust nobody. So the fact that she could trust nobody and always had to be on her tippy toes, that made her actually a lot street smart, even though she was already a very book smart because she was hanging out with the scholars. So Nico Robin's a very intelligent person. Like, whenever there's a moment in the Straw Pirates and like Nico Robin comes out of nowhere, like, oh, this is a character from this reason, or this is happening for this reason, like, she always has information. So she definitely comes clutch for when it comes to Straw Hat Pirates and they need some information. I remember one of the most funny moments where she came. It was not really funny, but when she was given that information about Gecko Moria, like, it came out of nowhere. One of the Shichibukai, one of the warlords, spooky Thriller Bar greatness, X Drake. And a lot of people are probably thinking, yo, Mac, you really put in a T-Rex as one of the smartest characters in One Piece? And I'm gonna say it right now, yes, I'm definitely putting a T-Rex as one of the smartest characters in One Piece. Give me that lasagna. Let me just say this right now. In the moment in Sabaody or Shabundi, I don't know how you guys pronounce it, Killer and Arujo were going at it. They were pretty much fighting, and he stopped their battle. And I'm like, yo, okay. Once he stopped their battle, Law's like, yo, he's like, whoa, X Drake, how many people have you killed? And Law's a very intelligent character too. So the fact that Law looks at X Drake and probably sees something different when it comes to other supernovas, yo, X Drake had that respect, and he's smart enough to know that, yo, we can't be fighting out here, yo. This is too close close to the Marine headquarters. He used to be a Marine. He used to be a rear admiral, so he definitely has a lot of experience. Now, I do want to say this. Another reason why I have X-Drake here is because in an interview with the creator of Ichiro Oda, I know I'm talking about interviews a lot, he said that X-Drake's hobby is astrophysics. Now, I'm not saying that astrophysics is his hobby, so he's definitely a very smart character, but it definitely helps, and I'm gonna go put him on my list, YOLO. Doflamingo. Now, I'll be honest here, Doflamingo has showcased to me he's a very intelligent character. Many moments, like he has some of the most iconic speeches. Like I remember Marineford, he was talking about how like people who have seen people have not seen the bottom, and people who have only seen kids who have not seen war and kids who've only known peace, they're not going to grow up the same way. He just talks about stuff that are very spooky when you hear him talking about it. And he's also Joker. Joker is the leader of the underworld, and that's a very crazy or very spooky things happen in the underworld. You guys know this. He also used his strategic way to get Dressrosa, that he became the king of Dressrosa through his trickery. And let's be honest here, Doflamingo, he started at the top, he was pretty much a celestial dragon, and he got kicked all the way to the bottom and suffered torture and many other grueling pains, and pretty much became a pirate. So he's seen the top, he's seen the bottom. When it comes to street smart, like Doflamingo is probably up there as one of the most street smart characters in the One Piece story. You gotta give him his due diligence. It is greatness. Now I'm gonna talk about this one really quickly. I don't want to go too in depth with this one, but yeah, Kuma. It's funny because right now Kuma has no mind. Like he's pretty much a robot. But I'm definitely gonna put Kuma on my list. A lot of people say that he's the brains of the revolutionary when he was a part of the organization, and he did know where to send each Straw Hat Pirate when it comes to sending them on vacation. Like that does take some intelligence. And the way he, the way he articulated himself pre-time skip when he did have a mind, I always thought that he did seem very smart. Now he is working with Vegapunk, so that Vegapunk, if you're working with Vegapunk, I definitely feel like you have to be at least smart. So I'm gonna give some clout to Kuma. Kuma's a devastating when it comes to his power, but I'm gonna give some respect to his brain power. Then Goku, we've seen it in Marineford, a lot of people's favorite arc. For me personally, I believe that Marineford is the best arc in One Piece because I'm gonna say this right now, I love Marineford, I've rewatched it and reread it so many times, like I can't get over it. That's why it's my favorite arc. But I do want to say this, Sengoku, when it comes to his battle strategies, you really see they are highlighted in this arc. I remember there's a crazy moment in which you see Squardo stab Whitebeard, and that was a very cool moment for Whitebeard to hug him after, and like he's forgiving his son. But I want to say this, it was insane how Sengoku was the mastermind of that plan. We see Akainu trick Squardo, but the person who told him to do that was actually Sengoku, because Sengoku had the information of Squardo and Goldie Roger, that history. And we also know Sengoku had the history of Ace and Roger. Sengoku knows a lot. He's a guy who knows a lot. His experience in the Marines, he was leading the whole Marines. If you think about it, he's the fleet admiral. So I definitely feel like Sengoku, you got to respect him for his intelligence, and I want to give him that due diligence and respect. I know I said due diligence twice. I don't know why I love that word for some reason now. Rayleigh, yes, the Dark King Rayleigh. You know what's funny about Rayleigh? At first, I was not going to put him on my list. I thought maybe this is a reach for putting Rayleigh as one of the smartest characters in One Piece. Now, I will say this list is not in order, so don't be coming in here saying, oh, whoa, this is a very terrible list. That's why I didn't put top. I just put smartest characters in One Piece, because I just wanted to discuss these characters and their actions and why I think they're one of the smartest characters in One Piece. And a lot of people see Rayleigh as the Zoro of the Goldie Roger Pirates, the right-hand man to Roger. And Zoro, we all know Zoro is not the smartest character. It's always been showcased that Luffy and Zoro, when it comes to intelligence, that's not their main priorities, that's what I'm going to say. But actually, Rayleigh has shown very moments where he shows his intelligence. Like one of the moments where he comes in the auction house and it's just a mess. All the straws were fighting. It was just crazy. And he comes in there and he looks for like 10 seconds. He's like, don't tell me anything. And he actually understands what happened. So that was one of the craziest moments where he showcased his experience maybe. We also know what happened when it comes to Zoro. There's a moment where Rayleigh's like, is that guy gonna know what to do? And Rayleigh's talking about Zoro. Pretty much Rayleigh's calling Zoro dumb, saying you have one guy in your crew who's pretty slow. So it's pretty funny seeing, because these guys are kind of parallel. So Rayleigh making fun of Zoro, talking about how he's not that smart. Rayleigh, I'm there right now, I feel like Rayleigh's a very smart character and I gotta give some respect. Kuro. Now, Kuro, we saw his master plan in the Usopp arc, Kokiyashi Village, I believe it was called. This arc we saw Kuro. He was a pirate, but then he faked faked his death. So to fake your death, you definitely have to have some sort of smartness with you. I don't even know why I said smartness. I feel like I said intelligence so many times. I just wanted to say smartness, but I should say intellect now. But yeah, Kuro was stated in an interview. I know I'm bringing up these interviews so much, that he's the second smartest character after the East Blue arc. And I gotta say, the fact that Oda said this, you gotta give him his respect. And he did showcase a lot of moments where he showed like, okay, yes, this guy is always one-upping people, though he did get hit with that huge forehead attack by Luffy with the bell. Chopper, yes. Now, people might say, yo, come on, man. How are you going to put Chopper in this? Yo, Chopper's always having those funny moments. Sometimes he's slow. He's the youngest Straw Hat Pirate. Yes, Chopper's a young doctor, but yo, the fact that he knows all this, like he's an amazing doctor at that young age, 15 years old. He learned from a very experienced doctor. And when it comes to Chopper, I see Chopper as book smart, but he's also street smart, though. He's seen some things, though. We know he got bullied, and I gotta say, I respect Chopper. Now, he does have slow moments and kind of dumb, funny moments with Luffy, which I find hilarious. But yes, Chopper, yes, I do feel like he's one of the smartest characters in One Piece, but I feel like he's still growing, so he's gonna get way more smarter, and I gotta respect that. Speaking of Chopper, I talked about this lady, Dr. Correa, the one who actually trained Chopper in his knowledge of doctoring. Yes, I said doctoring. Now, a lot of people might be saying, yo, come on, man. Dr. Correa is not the one who trained Chopper. It was actually Hiryuk. But I'm telling you guys right now, yo, Hiryuk, I respect him, yo. He said some facts here when his dying wishes, but Correa is the one who actually trained Chopper and made him the doctor who he is today. When it comes to motivation, we know Hiryuk came clutch. But Dr. Correa, she knows about the Willa D, so she has experience. She's like 140 years old. She's old she's old. She's crazy old. So I definitely feel like Correa has seen some things. The fact she's a doctor, I'm gonna put on this list for just some respect. I feel like she is very smart. Bosh, 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 bosh. Yes, I tried to do the laugh, but I don't know how successful I was. The man who was under Gecko Moria, Hogback. A lot of people don't like this character. He was known as one of the best doctors, if not the best doctor. The man made zombies, yo. What can we say, yo? I know we had the help of Moria, but still, he made zombies. He figured out a way. Moria gave him time and told him to figure out a way, and he did so. And Chopper was like obsessed with this dude before he found out this guy's true nature. So Hogback, I feel like, is a guy who's a very intelligent character, and that's just all I have to say right now. That's it. Wash, 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 wash. And the final doctor I want to talk about is one of the worst generations, Trafalgar Law. Yes, I gotta talk about Law. And Law has shown many moments in the One Piece series in which he's shown that he's a very smart character. He didn't really rush into the new world. He had patience. He told his crew, yeah, the One Piece is not going anywhere, so let these fools fight. We're gonna stay here. We also know that in a moment of Punk Hazard, he switched the Sea Prism Stone handcuffs in the past, and like a couple years later it actually came clutch. I'm not too sure, a couple years later, but it did help them out. We also know that he switched Smoker's heart, so when Caesar was trying to kill Smoker, he actually killed Monet. So there's moments where Law, the way he comes clutch is kind of savvy. We also know that when it comes to Law, he's a surgeon, yo. He's not just a doctor, he's a surgeon. Now people say he has the Opioid no me, so that doesn't really mean much, but no, still, he's a surgeon. He's dealing with crazy stuff when it comes to any mistake, and it's over. So I gotta respect Law. He's a great doctor. He's a great battle strategist. When he's battling you, it's a lot of his using his mind. He plans ahead, as we've seen in Dressrosa in his huge plan. Yes, I respect Law. I feel like Law is a very smart character, intelligent character. I gotta put him here. Ben Beckman. Oh, Ben Beckman. Yes, I had to go Kizaru for a minute, and I'll say this right now. Yes, this guy, in an interview with Ichiro Oda, the final interview I'll reference, it was said that he was the smartest character after the East Blue arc. Now, the fact that he was above Kuronami, I don't know how people will take it. A lot of people have confused that interview and said that Oda said he's the smartest character, but I heavily disagree. It's been stated. I don't need to repeat what Oda said. But yes, he's the right-hand man to one of the Yonkos, red-haired Shanks. And, he definitely has that respect by Shanks. You could see it in the early episodes, the early chapters. He's kind of like the one who's like the voice of reason. He's very experienced in the new new world. He's definitely very strong, and he if there's a reason why Oda made him, said it's a random fact. The fact that Oda made this character who didn't really do much after the East Blue arc said he's the smartest character in the One Piece series. I definitely feel like Ben Beckman has some crazy stuff that he knows, and I can't wait to see him more in action. Now, the second last character I want to talk about is Caesar the Clown. Now, Caesar the Clown is a very controversial character. There's some people who hate him. They can't forgive what he did to the Punk Hazard kids, to his own Nakama. They just don't like Caesar. And there's some people who love Caesar. They say he's hilarious, gangster. I don't want to spoil anybody, but they say he's hilarious, funny moments. They want him to join the Straw Hat Pirate crew, and they just want him to be a part of that crew. And then there's me. I love Caesar, but I don't want him to be a part of the crew. So I'm like that middle ground where I don't go too far. I don't really hate the character, but I just don't want him on the crew. I like the character. He's hilarious, but I feel like it's better if he's not on the crew. That's just my opinion. And a lot of people, I don't see a lot of people have that opinion. He's a lot. What I see a lot in the community is you like Caesar and you want him on the crew. You hate Caesar. You don't want him on the crew. I don't really see a middle option right now. But I will say this: he's the second best scientist in the One Piece world. He's a hot commodity. Every single, like, you see all the big shots, the Yonkos, they all want him, and he's a wanted man. He's very how do I say this? The fact that he's second best scientist in the world is not a knock to Caesar, because the best scientist in the world, yeah, Vegapunk. This man has been quoted. It's been quoted that this man is 500 years ahead of society. The fact that you're 500 years ahead of society, do I need to say anything more about this character? He's the best scientist in the One Piece world. The pacifistas, the knowledge he has in the Devil Fruits. There's so many things that he has done, and like there's so many more things we have to learn about Vegapunk, which I'm very excited. Smoker better come in with some notes, because I want to see what this guy Vegapunk is all about. Hopefully we see a whole arc on him. And we saw Frankie, who's chilling in the time skip. He learned a lot just from his kid notes. The stuff that he was doing as a kid, Frankie was learning then and used it for himself. So this shows you how ahead of people Vegapunk is when it comes to his knowledge. He's a genius. That was the final character. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me a character I missed, because I know I definitely missed a character. Oh, that's the character I missed. Since this is the ending of the video, I'm just gonna say it right now really quickly, because I do not want to. Okay, whatever. Let me just say it right now. Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the revolutionary. I had to add Monkey D. Dragon to this list. The most wanted man in the world. You saw Baltigo, how hard it was for people to find it. It took luck of Burgess to actually find the hideout of Baltigo, and he still made it out alive. So yeah, I definitely feel like Dragon has to be put on this list. But tell me someone who I forgot to put on this list. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, you forgot this dude, you forgot this dude. Put